Hello, I'm so glad you're here. For first timers, welcome. For returners, glad you're back. I'm really excited about today's topic. In this video, we're going to look at the concept called locus of control. What is it? How to understand it, and how it can aid you in living an alcohol-free life. Locus of control, what does it mean? The word locus is Latin. It means place of or location of. This concept was developed by Dr. Julian Rotter back in the 1950s. It basically means the degree to which people believe that they have control over the outcome of events in their lives. There are two types of locus of control. There's the internal locus of control, and there's the external locus of control. Now let's look at the external locus of control first. A person with an external locus of control tends to believe that outside events control the outcome of situations in their lives, such as the actions of others, environmental factors, chance. These types of things are more responsible for what occurs in one's life. Nothing is in your control. Success or failure results from external factors that are beyond you, such as luck, circumstance, or fate. A person with an external locus of control tends to blame other people for their problems. It wasn't my mistake. It was somebody else's fault. It wasn't me. It was them. It takes blame away so the person can never really take initiative because nothing is ever their fault. It's always somebody else or some other situation that is affecting the outcome of things anyway. So there's nothing to really change. Someone with an external locus of control might say things like, what difference does it make? Things just happen that way. Bad things always happen to me. That's just the way it is. Good things, if good things do happen, then it was just blind luck. An external locus of control tends to victimize people. It takes a person's ability to change anything about themselves because they think that change comes from an outside influence. A person with an external locus of control would usually tend to lose their motivation to achieve anything. They have a lot of anxiety about problems, and they don't bother developing themselves a lot of times because they lack willpower. They feel like the decisions that they make aren't going to have the results they want anyway, because their life is controlled by something outside of themselves. Now let's look at the internal locus of control. A person with an internal locus of control usually believes that their behaviors are guided by personal decisions and the efforts that they put behind those decisions. A person with an internal locus of control usually accepts personal responsibility and can have influence over what happens to them. When they face situations, they trust in their ability to overcome those situations. They appear less threatened. A person with an internal locus of control would probably think like, I'm in control of my future. I'm going to try new things. I can do this. I decide how to react to situations and people. Okay, now you're asking, well, how does all this tie into me trying to stop drinking? A person with an external locus of control is probably going to have a harder time at stopping drinking because they feel like their fate is decided and this is the way things are. That there's no sense in trying to change because change is outside of their control. There's nothing they can do anyway, so why bother? Now, a person with an internal locus of control is going to take responsibility for their actions. I put myself in this situation. I need to get myself out of it. I can make things happen. I can control my destiny. I can do something about this. I determine my future. Now, obviously, a person with an internal locus of control is going to have a much easier time trying to stop drinking, because they're willing to see their part in why they drank in the first place. They're willing to take an honest look at themselves and take control of their lives. Now, for a long time, that's what kept me drinking, was the thought that I could not change, that change was too big for me. I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm stuck like this. This is the way things are. I have to accept that. It was only after I really took an honest look at myself and really looked at who I was, the good things and the bad things, being able to assess myself and take responsibility for my actions, then I was able to formulate a plan. Knowing my strengths and weaknesses, not playing the victim role anymore, rolling up my sleeves, and being willing to get to work. Then I was able to get control of my drinking and lead a better, positive, more fulfilling life. But it took changing my locus of control. Now I feel more self-confident. I have more self-esteem because I feel like I am in control of the outcome of things in my life. Sometimes it's just the little decisions that you make every day that make the difference. I remember when I was riding my bike all the time because I didn't have a car, I would make excuses about not being able to get to work or not being able to go to the gym or not being able to go places because of the weather. I changed that way of thinking by not letting things like weather get involved in my day. Hey, if I got wet, I got wet. It's just water. But that type of thinking empowered me. It made me feel better about who I was because I went through it. Yeah, I got soaking wet, but it did not stop me. And those little things, those little choices that you make during your day is what builds self-confidence. The little decisions. And if you pay attention to those little details, that's what's really going to pay off for you at the end. And it's not the huge events of one singular episode. Our lives aren't some 2-hour movie. It's the culmination of a lot of little things building up. That's where the magic is. That's where the change is. Now, how do you develop a stronger internal locus of control? Notice when you're self-victimizing or blaming other people for your hardships. Notice your negative feelings. Even if those things are true, don't wallow in self-pity. Focus on the parts of a problem that are within your control. The part of it that you can change yourself. Let go of the rest, including the reactions of other people. Don't worry about the way they're going to react. Worry about how it affects you. Change comes slowly, but it does come. Character is built over time. And yes, sometimes bad things happen to us that aren't our fault. I understand that. But you have the potential to change how you perceive it, how you react to it. Please don't be a victim. Don't think like a victim. If you're around people that make you think like that, get rid of them. Get away from them. How bad do you really want this? The choice is yours. I had to grow up. I had to take responsibility for my actions. I had to be mature. I wanted to become a better version of myself. I wanted to become a better person. I wanted to stop feeling like a fucking embarrassment to my family and to everybody else around me who I cared about and who cared about me. It takes time, but it's possible. I know you can do it because I did it. And if I can do it, so can you. I hope this helps you out. There's a test I'm going to put up at the end of this video. It was given by Dr. Rotter, and it's just a little question and answer test, and I'll give you how it shows the results. And it's just to see if you have more of an internal or external locus of control. Now, an internal-external locus of control is not extreme. I just gave you examples of the extremity of both of these. Most people probably have a blend of both. For the purposes of this video, I just wanted to point out how having a more internal locus of control is going to be beneficial in your desire to stop drinking. Being able to take the initiative and not be a victim. That's really what's going to help out at the end. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Leave a comment if you'd like, and I will get back to you.